Come with me and let us rise. Let us leave the ground behind and float gently into the vast open air. Below us, a remarkable story unfolds. It is a story of water and earth, of nature and humanity living side by side. We are ascending above a place of quiet wonder, a city cradled by one of the world's great rivers. This is Dongying. From this vantage point, high in the sky, the world transforms. The sounds of the city fade into a gentle hum. The details of daily life blur into a beautiful sprawling pattern. Here, we can breathe deeply and simply observe the world as it is. It is a chance to see a landscape not just with our eyes, but with our hearts, feeling its calm rhythm. Imagine yourself suspended in the warm, soft air. The sun warms your face. A gentle breeze whispers past, carrying with it the faint scent of water and earth. There is no rush here. There is only the slow, graceful drift as we begin our journey. As we climb higher, the full picture begins to reveal itself. The city of Dongying unfurls below us, a mosaic of incredible detail and grand scale. It is not an island of concrete in a sea of green, but rather a place deeply intertwined with water. From this height we can see the gentle embrace of the Yellow River. It does not just pass by the city, it cradles it. The river's immense, winding body acts as a life-giving artery, its presence felt in every park, every street, and every open space. The water shimmers under the morning sun, a ribbon of liquid gold weaving its way through the landscape, defining the city's very existence and character. The initial view is one of immense space and tranquility. The city breathes. It has room to grow, to stretch. Unlike tightly packed metropolises, Dongying feels open and airy, even from our lofty perch. Expanses of green punctuate the urban areas, creating a feeling of balance and calm. The buildings below, though numerous, do not dominate the scene. Instead, they seem to be respectfully placed within the natural contours of the land. Now, let our gaze drift downwards, focusing on the vibrant patches of green that pulse with life within the city's expanse. These are Dongying's parks, the green lungs of the urban body. From our aerial perspective, they appear as emerald jewels set within the cityscape. They are not small, manicured squares, but vast, sprawling oases of nature. We can see winding pathways that meander through groves of trees and open lawns that invite rest and play. Lakes and ponds dot these parks, their surfaces like polished mirrors reflecting the blue of the sky and the white of the clouds. These are places of refuge, where the rhythm of the city slows to the gentle pace of nature. One park, larger than the rest, draws our attention. It is a masterpiece of landscape design, viewed from above. We can trace the gentle curves of its waterways and the soft shapes of its tree clusters. It looks like a classic Chinese painting come to life, a landscape of deliberate and natural beauty. Let us now turn our full attention to the great river itself, the Huanghe, the Yellow River. From our high vantage point, its true character is revealed. It is not just a line on a map, it is a vast, living entity. Its waters, colored by the fine silt they carry, flow with a slow, majestic grace. The river is wide, immensely so, its banks soft and ever-changing. We can see the intricate patterns the current has carved into the riverbed, visible as subtle shifts in color and texture beneath the surface. It moves not with the rush of a mountain stream, but with the deep, inexorable power of a continental force, carrying the essence of the land towards the sea. Following its course, we see how it interacts with the world around it. Small boats, like water striders on a pond, move slowly across its surface, their wakes creating delicate, expanding V's that quickly dissipate. Along its shores, the vegetation is lush and dense, thriving on the rich deposits the river provides. Let us now glide lower, closer to the urban heart of Dongying. From this new, more intimate altitude, the city's streets come into focus. They form an intricate and mesmerizing pattern, a complex web that connects every part of the community. We see wide, tree-lined boulevards and smaller, winding residential roads. The movement of traffic, which can seem chaotic from the ground, appears from here as a slow, rhythmic pulse. Cars and buses flow like blood cells through arteries and veins, part of a coordinated citywide dance. There is a harmony to this motion, a sense of purpose and order that is deeply calming to observe. the city's design reveals itself further. We see how residential areas are interspersed with commercial hubs and green spaces. The rooftops create a mosaic of colors and shapes, reds, blues, and grays. Here and there a modern skyscraper rises, its glass facade reflecting the sky. But these are exceptions rather than the rule. Now, our journey takes us towards the outskirts of the city, where the landscape begins to change. Here, we see a different kind of pattern, one that speaks of Dongying's other great resource, hidden deep beneath the earth. These are the oil fields. From the air, they are a sight of strange and compelling geometry. The nodding pump jacks, scattered across the plains, move with a slow, hypnotic rhythm. They are like giant mechanical birds, dipping their heads to drink from the ground. Their movements are constant, patient, and synchronized, creating a unique and mesmerizing industrial ballet across the vast, flat land. The infrastructure of the oil industry creates a fascinating network of lines and shapes on the canvas below. We see straight access roads cutting across the fields, connecting the wells. Pipelines run like silver threads, glinting in the sun as they carry their precious cargo. Small clusters of buildings, the operational hubs, are dotted here and there. Our aerial journey now carries us eastward, following the great river on its final approach to its destination. The landscape flattens and opens up completely. The air grows clearer, and we can smell the faint, salty tang of the sea. Below us, the line between land and water becomes beautifully blurred. This is the coastline, where the Yellow River finally meets the Bohai Sea. It is not a sharp, dramatic cliff edge, but a soft, gradual transition. The land frays into a complex network of mudflats, sandbars, and shallow channels, creating a dynamic and ever-changing border between the two immense bodies of water. The colors here are subtle and breathtaking. The muddy yellow of the river water bleeds into the deeper blue-green of the sea. The meeting point is not a clear line, but a vast, swirling plume of sediment, visible for miles. It is a beautiful, visual representation of the river's final great gift to the ocean. The mudflats, exposed by the tide, gleam like polished steel under the sun, reflecting the vast, open sky. Wading birds, appearing as tiny white specks from our height, dot these flats, feasting on the rich nutrients brought down by the river. It is a place of immense biological richness, a nursery for countless forms of marine life. Looking along the coast, we see the gentle curve of the bay stretching to the horizon. The waves that roll in are not large ocean swells, but gentle laps, as the sea here is sheltered and shallow. As we hover above this meeting point of river and sea, we are suspended over one of China's most precious natural treasures, the Yellow River Delta. This is not solid ground, but a world in between. It is a vast wetland, a mosaic of water, reeds, and mud that stretches as far as the eye can see. From the air, the delta is an abstract masterpiece of breathtaking beauty. Channels of water weave through the landscape like silver veins. Patches of deep green reeds contrast with the earthy browns of the mudflats and the sparkling blue of the open water. It is a landscape that is alive, constantly being reshaped by the interplay of silt, water, and vegetation. This wetland is a haven for life, particularly for birds. It is a critical stopover point on a major global migration route. Even from our great height, we can see evidence of this. Great flocks of birds, sometimes numbering in the thousands, take to the air, moving as one shimmering, fluid entity. They wheel and turn in the sky before settling back down into the reeds. The sheer abundance of life is staggering. This delta is a sanctuary, a place of rest and replenishment for creatures that have traveled thousands of miles. To witness this spectacle is to see nature's grand rhythms in action, a timeless cycle of movement and survival. The dominant plant here is the reed, which grows in immense dense stands. From above, these reed beds look like vast fields of textured velvet, their colors shifting from vibrant green to golden brown, depending on the season. They ripple and sway in the wind, creating waves of motion that mimic the water itself. These reeds are the foundation of the ecosystem, providing shelter and nesting grounds for the birds, and stabilizing the new land that the river continuously deposits. Our journey through the skies is now drawing to a close. We begin our slow, gentle descent, spiraling back down towards the earth. As we get closer, The patterns we observe from high above resolve back into the details of the world below. The city, the river, and the wetlands regain their familiar scale. But we carry a new perspective with us. We have seen the bigger picture, the interconnectedness of it all. We have seen how the river nourishes the land, how the city breathes with its green parks, and how the entire region lives in a delicate and beautiful balance. The memory of this aerial view will linger long after our feet touch the ground. The feeling that remains is one of profound calm. We have been a silent observer, a witness to a world of gentle motion and quiet harmony. From the rhythmic dance of the oil pumps to the slow, majestic flow of the river, to the peaceful pulse of life in the city streets, everything we have seen speaks of a steady, unhurried rhythm. Dongying, seen from above, is not a place of frantic energy, but of deep, abiding peace. It is a city that seems comfortable in its own skin, confident in its unique identity as a child of the river and a guardian of the wetlands. This sense of tranquility is perhaps its greatest treasure. As we drift lower, the sounds of the world begin to return. The distant hum solidifies into the familiar sounds of life. But they seem different now, less like noise and more like the gentle soundtrack to the beautiful scenes we have just witnessed. Let us hold on to that feeling. Let the image of the sun glinting on the yellow river, the sight of the endless green wetlands, and the feeling of floating peacefully in the open air stay with us. We descend enriched, carrying a piece of Dongying's peaceful spirit with us, a gentle reminder of the harmony that is possible between humanity and the natural world.